Welcome everybody. My name is Kornegay. I'm a business owner, author, and entrepreneur, and this is our third episode for entrepreneurship. And what I want to do today is I want to cover the 4 ways of earning income in this great country called America. And first of all, before I even get into that, I want to talk about entrepreneurship, and I want to kind of give you the definition of true entrepreneurship, because there's always a myth out there about truly what business ownership is. And the definition of entrepreneurship is a person who creates a business that works so they don't have to, okay? So I'll say it again. An entrepreneur is a person that creates a business that works so they don't have to, okay? So with that, we're gonna go through the presentation on the 4 ways of making money. And we'll spend a lot of energy, a lot of time on getting you to understand the power of owning your own business so you can have your life back. Because your entire life is out there waiting for you to come back to it, but most people are busy working for money instead of having the money work for them, okay? So let's talk about the first way of making money. I'm sure you can see this here. A gentleman named Robert Kiyosaki, who actually is a personal friend of mine, he wrote a book called The Cash Flow Quadrant, and he did the best job, in my opinion, at explaining the 4 ways of earning income in America. And the first way to earn income is what we already all know, and that's called the employee system. Now, as an employee, basically you're getting paid based on your position. So if you were a school teacher, you make school teacher money. I was an EMT. I made $5 an hour, because that's what EMTs made 20 years ago. Now today, EMTs make like $12 an hour. Well, that's equivalent to $5 an hour 20 years ago when I was doing it. Now, what does the EMT do? An EMT saves lives. Now, you would think to save someone's life, you would make a lot more than $12 an hour. But that particular company or that particular industry is a low-paid industry and a lot of work involved. But once you're an employee, you automatically have given up your right to determine how much money you can make, because they pay you strictly based on your position. Also, too, you're exchanging time for money. That means when you go to work, you clock in, you sell your time to your boss. You sell your time to your corporation. And then when you clock out, your time becomes yours again, but you don't make any income while you're waiting to go back to work the next day. You see what I'm saying? So that's why there's a limit to the amount of money you can make, because there's only so many hours in a day. Plus, they don't pay you based on how many families you help, or they don't pay you based on clientele. They strictly pay you based on the clock. Okay, so remember this. Anything with 2 E's at the end of it means that you don't own it. So there's an employer and there's an employee. Okay? There's a trustor and there's a trustee. There's a leaseor and there's a leasee. There's a franchisor and there's a franchisee. So anything with 2 E's at the end means you do not own it. Okay? So here you're going to give up 2 things, okay? You're going to give your ability to make more money, and you're going to give up also your freedom. So no money, no freedom as an employee. Your life is dictated by your job, your corporation. The next way to make money is to be self-employed. Now this here is better than being an employee. Me personally, when I was an EMT, I also had my own DJ business. So I DJed in clubs, I did weddings, I did Grammy Awards. So I made money, a lot of money, in a couple of hours. And I owned my own business, at least I thought I owned my own business. Okay? But as an employee, I determine how much money I can make for that day. I tell my clients what they need to pay me for my goods and my services. And that's great, because here, doctors, lawyers, hairstylists, real estate agents, they make money, a lot of money. But the problem with making money in this particular area is that if you don't show up, you don't make money. So for example, when I was DJing in clubs, I had to be there to DJ that party, because they paid me to do the job. You see how that works? So even though I made more money, I gave up my freedom. So here you have money, but you don't have freedom. You give that up. You don't own your own business, your clients own you. Your clients tell you what they want. And if you're willing to provide that service, then at that particular time, you are employed by your client. So therefore, if you make 20 grand a month and you're in real estate, 30 grand a month, you're a dentist, if you're not seeing patients or if you're not selling homes, you're not making money. If you go on vacation for a month to enjoy your money, your income follows you to your vacation spot. And your income stops until you come back home. Okay? So here you have no freedom and no money as an employee. Here you have money but no freedom. How do we get the best of both worlds? Well, that's the part I want to spend a lot of time to today, and that's called business ownership. Now, as a business owner, you create a system that works so you don't have to. For example, with me, I've chosen network marketing because network marketing allows me to recruit, train, and develop leaders, not employees. Recruit and train and develop leaders. And because I do that, I receive a small percentage of residual income or override income on the efforts of many, allowing me to make as much as I like to make, but also, too, I don't have to sacrifice my freedom. I can be gone for a month or a year or two, and I can still maintain my income. And in many cases, I've been gone and my income has gone through the roof, okay? So as a business owner, you own a system. You have other people working with you or other people working for you, okay? And this is normally in a type of a network marketing business. Instead of actually cutting hair for a living, you own a barbershop. You have other people doing the work. Instead of being a doctor, you own a medical practice. Instead of being a CPA, you own the CPA firm. That makes sense? Instead of being a real estate agent, you're a real estate broker. Okay? Now, the only problem with this part, you have freedom and you have money, but you're trained in most cases your own competition. When I was a DJ, I would take a crew with me to help me do the job if it was a big job. The only problem is, even though I was giving other people a chance to get into my business, they were actually still in my business as I'm providing them with a job for the day. For example, one of my buddies went out and he started his own DJ crew. But what got him in that business, what taught him that entire industry was me. So the only problem with business ownership is that you're training people to work for you or with you, and while you're on vacation, they can potentially be stealing your clientele. So when you come home from vacation, you're going to notice that one of your top salespeople or top employees will steal your information, strip you of your knowledge, and leave you and go somewhere else. That is the only problem with business ownership, okay? But out of these three, this is by far the best because you're making money and you have that freedom. The last way to make money, and I believe it's the best way, is become an investor. An investor is a person that has money working for them. So for example, with me, I have my network marketing business that generates a nice six-figure income for me on a yearly basis. But also, too, I've taken money from my network marketing business and I've invested that money. So now my investments are also creating a stream of consistency, a stream of income on a consistent basis, should I say. I have a book I wrote about my life called The Preacher's Kid. I receive income from that book on top of the income I receive from my businesses, okay? I also invest in other things, okay? So I have several ways of making money, and the average millionaire has 8 ways of making money on a consistent basis. So I believe the best 2 ways to make money is to be a business owner and to be an investor. Now, I don't think you should quit your job or should quit your job. I think you should continue to keep your job, right? Learn the skill of independence, and be an independent contractor as a photographer or whatever you do, but at some point recruit and train and develop someone else to help you so you can enjoy some of that money that you're making. Then once you get that going, where you don't have to be there every single day, take the income from that and create other income streams as well. So I want to thank you so much for your time. This is our 3rd episode. We'll be coming out with our 4th episode next week, so stay tuned. My name is Kornegay. I'm a business owner, an entrepreneur, and I'll see you at the top. Thank you very much.